Hey YouTube, this is Coach Nate McBride with the Blade Fit Academy, and today what I'm going to do is show you the tools that you're going to need to put rawhide to line your heater shield. Okay, so a couple of things that we need right from the get-go. You're going to need some rawhide. I'll explain how to prep the rawhide in a different video, but you're going to need some rawhide, and you want it to be at least 2 inches wide. Okay, so you're going to need some rawhide. Second thing, you are going to need a tailor's measuring tape. You're going to need some kind of wire, I don't think that sewing. Well, don't use fishing line. I did that first. It is just hell. Don't use fishing line. This is artificial sinew. After trying to not use this, you definitely want to use this, because whatever money you save on twine or anything like that, you're definitely going to make up on time in using this artificial sinew. So, artificial sinew. You're going to need this little guy. This is something that you get at the hardware store. This you put up against the little nails that hold in the baseboards, right? You tap in the nail so it goes deeper into the wood, and then you come back and then you put the wood putty and paint it over so it looks like there's no nails in it, right? For your crown molding, and then for your toe kicks, not your toe kicks, it's molding on the floor, whatever the heck that stuff's called. This you need this or something like it, something to where when you nail down, it makes like a little dimple or a punch in your shield and also in your rawhide. Okay, and I'll explain how that works in a bit, because you also need honest to goodness hole punch. Okay, I got a hole punch set. This is the Odin 6-piece hollow punch set, and trust me, you definitely want something like this, not only to punch the proper size holes in your rawhide. See, like here, I'm not sure if it shows up so well, but yeah, you want that. That's from this punch here. This just gets it started, so you know where to punch it with this. Okay, this is get started, and this punches in the rawhide. Okay, in the wood, you put this and punch it in the wood, and then you get a drill bit. Okay, and you finish the job of the drill bit. Now, the diameter of the bit is highly dependent on the next item, which is these. Okay, this is a sewing needle. You're actually going to need 2 for this project. These aren't just regular sewing needles. These are called tapestry needles, and a tapestry needle is not sharp on the end. So believe me, you're not going through, everything's already punched. You don't need it sharp on that end, and it is just so much nicer to not have to worry about pricking your fingers when you're going through. And the reason why you need 2 of them is because you attach one on this end and the other on the other end of your string, right, of your synthetic sinew, and it's the way that you sew it, and I'll show that in another video. But you're going to need 2 tapestry needles. Okay, do yourself a favor, get tapestry needles. I found that out the hard way. What else do they need, Nate? You're going to need a hammer, right? You're going to need a backing. This backing is for this. You put the rawhide on there, use this as a backstop, and then for the hole punch, you don't want to use, for the hole punch you want this. This happened to come with this kit. You don't want to use this on this. It'll actually go all the way through if you're not careful. So I have this guy, just a piece of wood somewhere, something you don't care about putting holes in for this. Okay, rawhide. What else? Drill. Okay, you need a sharp knife. Okay, this is just a box cutter, but you want to use a fresh blade when you're cutting the rawhide. All right, because you're going to size up the rawhide that you need with this. That's what this is for. And I already know the measurements of this shield, but in case you don't, you measure, right? And this happens to be 21 inches this way. You want to measure it on the curve, okay? 21 inches, and this is 32 inches. You want to measure along the curve. All right? So what I'm going to need for this, right? I'm going to need rawhide. I'm going to need 3 pieces. This one I need 21 inches long, and from here to here is 32 inches. And from here to here is 32 inches. But what I want to do is I want to cut a separate little end, because wherever I connect the two, wherever I butt up the down here, the rawhide pieces, I want to shore it up with another little piece. So one of these I want to actually go over this edge and back down here, and then the other piece I'm going to have here, I'm going to have this little butt in the middle, the line, the junction, and then I'm going to get that little piece, right, and I'm going to make sure the holes are in the proper spot to match the holes in the shield, and I'm going to sew that up, and it's going to look so sweet. Really, really nice. Anyway, guys, that's just a quick intro. The next video, I'm actually going to work on it and show you that. I just wanted to get this out so you guys can see the method behind the madness. Do not skip on the tooling. I have tried to be smarter than everyone else. Do not try and be smarter than everyone else. These are the basic things that you need. Preparing your rawhide. Gosh, I mean, on the internet you can find these just like this, and then you could cut the lengths, but that's actually more expensive. If you're going to be doing a lot of these, say you have a club that you're working on and you just want to make this, what you're going to want is a sewing cutting board like this, a backboard. It's used for, you put the your material on there, and this is inches because we're in the US, right? So it runs along here and here. And then we've got this top thing that you lay on there just so you can keep a straight line, and then you make your cut. So rawhide comes in what's called bends, and I get mine from Tandy Leather. And when it comes in, it's rawhide. You want to chuck that in some water. You want to get it wet, okay? Prep it. Believe me, do not try and cut rawhide when it's rawhide. You want to just throw in the water for half an hour, 45 minutes, and it gets very pliable. This is starting to dry up again, but it gets pliable. You lay it out on something like this, and then you can measure out what you want. You want this at least 2 inches, guys. Believe me. You know what? I forgot one piece of tooling that you need, and this is a great time to explain what that is. You need to make yourself some kind of a matrix here, okay? There's 3 holes, but we're only going to worry about the first 2. The 2, not these 2 that are close together, but this one and this one, okay? That's 1.5 inches away from each other, okay? And the reason why I made this is because this is the matrix for being able to line up the holes that I punch in the rawhide and the holes that I drill in the shield. You want those to line up as close as possible, and this is how you do it, okay? You pre-measure what you want, you make that, and it needs to be, and here's why I say that your rawhide needs to be 2 inches, right? Because I have marked the bottom edge here is the edge that is going to go when I fold this rawhide in half long ways, okay? I'm going to stick this in here, and I'm going to line it up. I'm going to take this punch, the first punch, I'm going to put it here behind my backing, not on the shield. I'm going to put it on the backing like this, okay? I'm going to make sure that the ends meet on the rawhide long ways. I'm going to find this first hole, and I'm going to punch it, boom, like this. And I'm going to go throughout all of this rawhide and punch the 1.5 inch holes, right? And then I'm going to lay it down flat. And then I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to put it down here. And then I'm going to get my proper hole punch. And wherever those little teeny holes are, I'm going to get right in the middle, and I'm going to punch those holes, okay? Right? And then at that point, the holes and you're going to use this same thing, right? After you've put in the rope, I'm going to put rope around here, glue rope on, and then I'm going to take this, and the bottom edge, I'm going to line up against the rope as the edge, and then I'm going to poke my holes, boom, same way, boom, on my shield, okay, and I'm going to line this up like so, okay, and then I'm going to make the new one, boom, and then I'm going to line this up with the last one that I did, and then I'm going to find the new one. Boom. Again, line it up on the last hole I did. Find the new one. Boom. And then I'll have dimples along my shield. Then I come along with my drill. Drill, 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 drill. Now these holes are the exact same spacing as my rawhide. And then I take my needle, okay? Tie the needle on your thread on both ends, okay? One needle here, one needle here. I'm gonna put this all the way to where my line is halfway through, and I'm gonna thread this through the next hole. I'm gonna take this and come from below, thread that through. And then I'm gonna take this from above, thread it on the next hole. And this one that's below now, thread it through, okay? So these are gonna go opposite to each other, okay? It's the thatch weave, if you follow World War II fighter pilot tactics, okay? They're both weaving like this all the way through. When you get to the end, cut it, tie it off, boom, move on to the next one. Anyway, that's the parts list, guys. This is definitely what you need to do it right and to make it look really good. I'm Nate with the Blade Fit Academy. Always remember to slay your demons, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.